Hello, children. A very good morning to all of you. Welcome back to the physical science class. In the last class, we have started the chapter Force and Pressure. Now, let us have a recap of what we have learnt. In the last class, we have learned that force is a push or a pull on an object, and we also learnt two forces which are interacting are required for a force to come into play. And we learned that Newton is the unit of force. We have learnt that when a number of forces are acting on an object, the resultant force is known as the net force. If two forces act in the same direction, then we add these forces. If they act in opposite direction, then we find the difference between the two forces to get the net force. We also have learnt about balanced forces, unbalanced forces, and we also have learned the effect of force, which we shall be discussing today as well. We have learned that force can move an object at rest. It can increase the speed of a moving object. It can decrease the speed of the moving object, and it can also bring an object from the state of motion to rest. So, look at this picture, children. In this picture, you can see that a boy has been pushing a ball with the help of his hockey stick, and here you can notice that the ball is at rest position initially. Now, as he pushes it, what is happening, children? The ball changes its state of rest. If you further push it, what happens to the ball, children? It increases the speed of the ball. And if you push it in the opposite direction, what happens, children? It decreases the speed of the ball. Now, let us look at one more example. Here, you have a boy who is pushing a tire. You can notice that the tire is already in motion. Now, as the boy continuously hits it, what happens, children? The speed of the tire increases. Now, look at this. A ball is already hit or kicked by a football player. Now, this goalkeeper is applying force in the opposite direction to stop the ball. So, here what is happening, children? The force is acting in the opposite direction. So, two things can happen here. One thing is that it can decrease the speed of the ball. Second thing is that it can completely stop the ball, which means it can bring a moving ball to rest. Now, let us look at one more picture, children. What is happening over here? Yes, a ball has been moving and you brought a scale near the ball. Now, what is happening? This ball, as soon as it hit the scale, it has taken another path, children. So, this shows that force can also change the direction of an object. The first picture tells us that force can change the state of motion of an object. Second one shows that it can increase the speed. Third one shows that it can decrease the speed of an object or it can bring an object to rest. And the fourth one shows that force can change the direction of an object. But remember, children, we have to know that force cannot always change the state of motion of an object. For example, in the previous class, we have learned that we have seen that a boy has been pushing a wall. Do you remember that? A boy has been pushing a wall with all his might. Even though he pushes a wall, children, can the wall move a little bit? No, he cannot move the wall. So, no effect of force is observed when you try to push a wall. Now, let us look at the next effect of force. Children, you also have a table 11.2, which is on page number 134. Please turn to that page and please complete the page. Now, look at this pic, children. In this pic, you can see that a spring is given, and when you pull the spring, it becomes longer, which means it is stretched. And the second one, you have a clay or a mold or dough. Okay, and when you press it, what is happening, children? It becomes flat. In the third case, you have a can, you're hitting it with a hammer. what is happening, children? It becomes dented or it deforms. Now you have the last one, a sponge. When you press the sponge or when you squeeze the sponge, what is happening? It becomes smaller. In all these cases, children, you can notice that the shape of the object has been changed. Isn't it, children? The shape of the object has been changed. Now let us look at this picture, children. What is happening over here? A man has taken a paper in his hand and he is crushing it. He is applying a force on this paper. Now, is the paper straight? No, it is not straight. The paper has changed its shape. Similarly, if you take a spring over here and pull it, then the spring is stretched. This is another example for change in the shape of an object and the change in the size of the object also. So, what can force do, children? Force can change the shape of an object. So, what did we learn, children? We have learned that force can change the state of an object, it can change the shape of an object, it can change the motion of an object, it can also change the size of an object. Children, while we notice that there are many effects due to force, we should also remember at the same time that without force, none of these things can happen. You cannot crush a paper without using force. You cannot stretch a spring without using force. You cannot do any of these things. You cannot even move a ball without applying force. Okay, so what can we say, children? We can say that force is applied from the outside. You are crushing the paper, you are pulling the spring, you are kicking the ball, or you are hitting the ball. All this is happening from the outside, and many a times it changes the state or position or size, but sometimes it may not change. So, force can also be defined as an external agent which changes or tries to change the state or position or size of an object. What is it, children? An external agent which changes or tries to change the state or position or size of an object is called force. Is that clear, children? So, what I'm trying to tell you here is that when you apply a force, you can change the shape, you can change the shape of an object, you can change the size of an object, you can bring an object which is in motion to rest. But again, at the same time, sometimes even though you apply a large amount of force, you might not be able to change anything at all. Suppose you have a very big box in front of you, you might not be able to do anything. Does it mean that you are not applying any force at all? Yes, you are applying, but there is no change in the state or position or size of an object. Please remember that, children. Okay?